What up, YouTube? Facebook, what's up? What's going on, y'all? Out there in YouTube land. What's happening? What's happening? Let's get this party started, get out the way so that we can go ahead and deal with the rest of the day. In the name of my ancestors, peace forever and always, welcome to another edition of what I call the Reality's Temple on Earth Internet Ministry. I am the gatekeeper or the host of this program, known here on social media. Wherever you may find me, I am known as the mighty Angel Snub 7. I'm also your soul brother number 1. You have to be a very special person. You have to be a very critical thinking person. You have to be flexible in the mind. You have to be different. In order for you to come to this channel and listen to the things that I say, you are an amazing person. Because we are outside of the norm. We are outside of the conditioning of an enemy, this pink racist. We outside of that. We understand the reality of the situation that this oppressor put us in, but also we have graduated. Do you understand? We have graduated and understand the purpose of what many call Black conscious teachings, Afrocentric teachings. We have graduated beyond that also. Because that, even though the original intent was not to cause us problems, to make us better, to bring us identity, to bring us self-esteem, to put us in a better place, but it has caused us to digress. It has caused us to move backwards because of our misunderstanding, because we have not evolved in that Black conscious teaching. We still look at those teachings, we still look at those things in the same manner that our ancestors done, who were ignorant, who were immature, who did not know nothing, doing the best that they could do. We have not evolved from what they gave us. And since we have not evolved from what they gave us, then the best thing that we can do is try to emulate, try to be what they was, and hell, we can't even do that. They foam at the mouth about Marcus Garvey, and no matter what they do, they cannot even attain the achievements of Marcus Garvey, nor Elijah Muhammad, nor any of our ancestors, our people. They cannot even achieve what our people, our ancestors done straight out of physical slavery. They did not know how to read. They did not know how to write. They did not have the education that we have today. And you cannot even accomplish what people who came fresh out of slavery, who know the only thing they ever knew was slavery. we cannot even accomplish what they accomplished. But yet and still, you have the nerve to make mockery of them like they didn't do anything. They wasn't able to accomplish nothing. And you want to direct your attention to Egypt, ancient Ethiopia, or the Moors, like they the hot doo-doo or something.
A new message has arrived.
Like these people really had it going on that don't have nothing to do with you. Now, if you cannot even achieve what people fresh out of slavery achieve, how can you even begin to even think you can attain what you claim your heroes done? Building pyramids and the great sciences and great technology and the building civilizations. You can't even accomplish what slaves done. Is that my fault? It's not my fault. It's your fault because you refuse to evolve. You can't even get out from under your oppressor. You live day in and day out with racists every day. And you want somebody to be impressed by your knowledge, by your wisdom and your understanding. You want other slaves to be impressed by you. For what? You a slave just like me. What make you special? Because you can sell a bean pie? Because you can speak Arabic? Because you can wear a dashiki? Because you went to Egypt? Because you can travel around the world and bring your happy ass back to live with racists? I have people tell me that all the time. You don't really know nothing because you haven't traveled the world. You travel the world and your condition is no better than mine. Your happy ass come right back to America and live with racists. So what, you traveled around the world. Apparently you didn't learn a damn thing. You didn't learn how to do for yourself. And you did not learn how to get out from under the oppression of racists. So what are you supposed to teach me? Only thing you're doing is trying to brag because you know how to get a passport and a plane ticket and travel and go around the world, and clearly you ain't learned a damn thing because you're no better than me. And see, that's what, and why many people don't like my channel, because they want to be smart, they want to be intelligent, they want to believe that they are the divine, and then when they come here, or when they run into somebody like me, I destroy their fantasy. I destroy their make-believe world, because that's what it is. Our people, the so-called Negro, the African American, the colored person, the N-word folks, however we describe, we love fantasy and fiction. Before I came on air, I had everything that I wanted to say, really. I had it, mapped out what I wanted to say. But because of some interruptions, it threw me off. But I want to talk about this real quick, so that we can have a better understanding of why we are in this condition that we're in. Hey there, Laura. Laura says, from what I heard, African Americans, we are the original Indians. I would assume that you are new to my channel, Laura, because I take it one step further. We are neither Africans or natives or aboriginal. We're neither. We are a brand new hybrid people created by chattel slavery, having their DNA. That's why we may look like them, but we're not them. Also, we got that Peckerwood blood in us because of rape and whatever. We have the Peckerwood blood in us various Africans, various natives. Our DNA, we just mixed up with all kinds of stuff. That's why we don't have a specific look. Our skin hue goes from, hey, what's up there, Brother Taalik? Our skin hue goes from the lightest of the light to the darkest of the dark. We have kinky hair, we have straight looking hair, we have big noses, thin noses, big lips, small lips. We can look like fat, tall, short. We can look like almost anybody. That's because of remember, some of us pass for white because that's in our bloodstream, that's in our DNA. But really, it really don't, in the grand scheme of things, it really don't mean nothing, because the bottom line is, what you really are is a slave. That's what you really are. What you really are is the ever famous nigger. That's what you really are. If you are African nigger slave in America. If you native, you're a Native American Aboriginal slave nigger in this country. So all that really don't even mean nothing. That's just part of feel-good rhetoric. Oh, I'm an African. I'm an Aboriginal. Y'all can argue and debate over that crap all you want to. Get your ass up and go to the white man's job. Get your ass up and go to the white man's grocery store. Get your ass up, get on YouTube, and open up your online business and sell some t-shirts and some jeans and some sneakers. You still a Negro slave. That's the reality of all that. More feel-good rhetoric. Now, I am not a therapist. I'm not a psychiatrist. I'm not a psychologist. I'm not none of those things. But I come up with something that describes what I want to, or put a label on this behavior or this problem that we have. And I call it Santa Claus syndrome. Now, you heard of post-traumatic slave disorder, something to that effect. And I can concur with that too, to a certain point. It has a lot of, it's valid, it's credible, but also we suffer from what we call Santa Claus syndrome. Do you know what that is? You familiar? We've been living it for a long, long time. Let's talk about it real quick and get out of here. Because really, I have some things to do. Now check this out. Most of you, many of you, I know I have, we grew up in the Christian church. This is supposed to be a Christian society. And we know about Santa Claus. Some of you probably did in the past, you probably don't now. And your parents taught you, and we know about Santa Claus, right? Okay. Now, Santa Claus is a lie. Santa Claus is a lie. The parents know that when they teach their children Santa Claus, that is a lie, an outright lie. And your parents that taught you about Santa Claus, they knew that it was a lie. Wow. The purpose of a parent is you're supposed to protect your children from lies, to protect your children from harm. But you betray your children by teaching our babies Santa Claus because you knew it was a lie to begin with. And so for generations, parents instead of protecting their children, actually cause harm to our children, to their babies, and we pass down what we know of and we know is an outright lie. So the parents fail. They failed their children. If you can't trust your mama, if you can't trust your daddy, they are liars. Who the hell can you trust? And so this is the environment that we live in. We live in an environment that the people that's supposed to protect you will lie to you. If you cannot trust your mother and your father, who the hell can you trust? So they have failed us. So we live in a lie. We live in a lie. We live in a society and a civilization of liars. They lie to us on purpose. And you can even ask the parents, why do you teach? My mother, I'm so happy, my mother never taught us this lie. That's one thing my mother. Now, we did celebrate Christmas, but my mother made it very clear. She told us that her and my father, her husband or boyfriend, they were the ones responsible for these presents, not no Santa Claus. My mother did not teach us this lie. But many parents, because see, my mother knew it was a lie. See, my mother knew it was a lie. And the responsibility of a parent is to protect your children from harm, to protect your children from that which will cause harm, from lies. So my mother was doing her job. But when you ask the parent, why do you lie to your children about Santa Claus? Excuse me a second. When you ask the parent, why do you teach your children about Santa Claus when you know Santa Claus is a lie? They would tell you, children, oh wow, see, this is the key. This is the key. Why are you telling your babies this lie? They would tell you, I'm telling this lie to my children because they need something to believe in. They need something to believe in. The reason why parents teach their children to believe in Santa Claus, to believe, to force them to behave, to trick them into good behavior. It's a way to control you by telling your children, well, if you're not good, Santa Claus won't do this for you. It's a way for the parent to control their child via getting this reward, through this mysterious being, this fantasy being called Santa Claus. It's a way to control the child, to control behavior. So you tell the child about Santa Claus, and if you're good, Santa will bring you these gifts on Christmas Day. And of course, you're a child. And you want that. So as a child, because you've been told this lie, that this guy, if you're good on Christmas Day, I'm going to bring you these toys, this iPhone, or whatever it is that this child wants from on Christmas Day. Offering this reward for good behavior. Now, if you bad, you're not going to get nothing. Santa don't reward bad children, so it's a way to control that child's behavior. So the parent don't have to teach. So the parent don't have to teach the child nothing. So you don't have to go all out your way. Wow. So the child, all year long, is trying to be good, trying to control their behavior, instead of being a child doing what a child's supposed to do. A child's supposed to be silly, a child is immature, a child make mistakes. That's what children do. But you told this child this lie, so I'm not going to be a child. I'm not going to be a child. I'm going to try to be something that I'm not because I want this gift at the end of the year. It's a way of controlling somebody's behavior. Who do you tell this lie to? You tell this lie to children. Because when you are an adult, nobody can tell you about Santa Claus. You know it's a lie. They cannot even begin to tell you about Santa Claus. So you tell this to children because a child don't know. A child is immature. A child is ignorant. A child don't know no better. So you can pull that off. So you can tell this, so you can tell this lie to somebody who is a child or somebody who has a childlike mentality. Oh man. What does this all sound like, y'all? I'm gonna give y'all a few seconds to think about it. What does Santa Claus syndrome sound like? I'm gonna give y'all a second because y'all might agree with me right now, some of you. Some of y'all might think, wow, he's on point. He's on time. But think about it a second. I'm gonna give y'all a chance to think about it real quick. What does this sound like? Hey, what's up, Syrian? I'm getting ready to upset you. I'm getting ready to upset you because this sounds like something. What does it sound like? Okay. What does this... What's up there? What's up there, Kimmy? I see you back again. I don't know why y'all come to my channel and y'all don't like me. You don't like what I have to say. But what does this sound like? What does Santa Claus syndrome sound like? It's your religion. It's your black conscious ideology. We have been lied to. All right, Brother Taalik. We have been lied to. Your religion, black conscious teaching, Kemetic teachings, Hebrew Israelite, Moors. We've been lied to. It's a lie. And the reason why you embrace that is because you have a childlike mentality. You're immature in the mind. And why do you embrace this? Because you are told how great you are. You're a king and you're a queen and you're a god and you're a goddess. If you are good, I'm going to put you in heaven. You're going to go to heaven. If you're good, you're going to see the hereafter. You're going to go to the hereafter, and God is going to give you 40 virgins. If you're a spirit, what do a spirit need 40 virgins for? You don't even need sex anymore. You're a spirit. But all this sounds good, and you want the reward. Just like your parents told you that lie about Santa Claus. If you good, I'm going to give you these presents. So it's the same thing. It's the same concept. But you would turn around and make mockery of Santa Claus. You will make mockery of Santa Claus. But you're doing the same thing every day. Except the only thing you've done is replace Santa Claus with Allah or Jesus or the pyramids or ancient Ethiopia or the Moors or some ancient whatever. That's all you've done is replace Santa Claus with something else to take Santa Claus' place. You are waiting for something, some spook, some spirit, some kind of Santa Claus to come bring you some presents, to give you some kind of reward because you have done good. And what is the, but what is the purpose of giving the child this Santa Claus teaching? To control. So those who control the narrative, those who control the belief in Jesus, those who control the belief in Allah, those who control the belief in Egypt, ancient Egypt, and Kemetic science and scholarship, those who control that narrative control you. That's what it's about, control. Syrian says to teach children about Santa Claus. What is the harm? The harm, if children's grades improve because of Santa Claus, what's the harm? The harm is you are a liar. You have to tell a lie in order to get this child to do something. Why you have to lie? What is a lie? Lie to manipulate, to deceive. Lie means you're not honest. So in order to get this child, to improve this child's grades, you have to manipulate. You have to deceive. You have to trick this child. You have to be dishonest because there is no Santa Claus. You are a liar. You are a devil in disguise. You have betrayed your child. That's what you have done. But now, using your logic, Syrian, since you said there's nothing wrong with that, but when a politician lied to you, when a president or your teacher or when somebody lied to you and they're doing it to get a certain result from you, you get pissed off. Why you lie to me? Or when you buy a car, the dealer tell you a lie so they can get you to buy that car. You would think that there's something wrong because that car dealer was dishonest, but you said there's nothing wrong with telling a child a lie. And above all is, in order to accept this lie, in order to accept this deceit, look, in order to accept this lie, in order to accept this deceit, you have to remain in a childlike state. You have to remain immature in the mind. You never grow up. So in religion, after all these thousands of years, they keep talking about children of God. When the hell you gonna grow up and take responsibility for yourself? Because adults take responsibility for themselves. But as long as you are a child, oh God, will you do this for me? Oh God, will you help me with that? Because that's what children do. Children are not capable of taking care of themselves, so they need to ask their parents, can I have an apple? Will you do this for me? Will you buy me a car? Because they're not adult. And a child cannot even comprehend, don't understand the life and what it is to be an adult. So, if you're a child of God, you'll never become God staying a child. You'll never evolve to God. So you'll always be out here begging God, asking God, just like you do your parents. You have people who are 30, 40, 50 years old still asking their mommy and daddy for stuff. And you will laugh at them. Damn, man. You 20-some years old, you 30, 40-some years old, you still asking your mom and daddy for stuff? But here you are, doing the same thing when it comes to God. The same exact thing. Oh, God, bless me with a car. Oh, God, bless me with a job. Begging your father for things, for stuff. What you should be able to do for yourself, because you should be grown, but you never grow up. And when you are a human being and you do not mature, you do not grow up like you're supposed to, they call you mentally disabled or a mental retard. They don't like that word mental retard no more. They prefer mentally disabled, mentally challenged. And that's what you have become. So you cannot expect somebody who's mentally disabled, mentally challenged, to do anything about changing their bad condition. In the Nation of Islam, Minister Farrakhan tells his followers, you will always be a student of the Honorable Elijah Muhammad. Always be a student. You will never graduate and get your bachelor's degree or your master's degree. You're always gonna be a student. Because we're always learning. Just because we always learning, and you can learn, you're gonna always learn things to the day that we pass this earth. But that don't mean you can't graduate and you can't evolve, you can't mature. But see, I'm gonna say this and get out of here. See, there's a purpose. There's a purpose of keeping his followers a student. Because since they won't be able to mature, he's gonna keep them bound to him. They will never be able to evolve and look outside of him. And they will always embrace the teachings that they've been taught. Because they won't be able, because since they are immature in the mind, they won't be able to go outside of what their father taught them. But any real parent, any real teacher want their students to go out, to go beyond them, evolve beyond them. Because see, to do that might mean they graduate out of the Nation of Islam. So that's a way to keep you locked down in a belief system. To keep you locked down in a belief system. Locked down so that you can be controlled. Because once you go outside of these belief systems, once you graduate out of these ideologies, you can no longer be controlled. It's very difficult to control adults. Very difficult to control an adult, but very easy to control children. That's why when a country is invaded, you have to kill the parents. You have to murder the grown folks, and you can keep the children because the children are immature. You can mold their mind in the manner that you want them to be molded. So you will laugh at those who believe in Santa Claus, but you won't laugh at yourself, and you're in the same condition. The only thing you did was trade Santa Claus for the ancient pyramids, for Moors, or the Hebrews, or whatever it is that you made a Santa Claus out of, because it's all the same stuff that's going on. Nobody is maturing, nobody is evolving. And that's why you're stuck right here where you're at. You can go no further than Marcus Garvey, you can go no further than Elijah, or Jesse Jackson, or Al Sharpton, or Farrakhan. Whoever got you stuck, you cannot evolve higher than that. Because your main problem is you was lied to from the very beginning. You waiting on a reward. Heaven, I'm gonna go to heaven. I'm gonna be with my Father. I'm gonna go to the hereafter. We're gonna create this Wakanda. The black man is God. The black man is so great. You want this reward that your parents that lied to you, that's what you want to get. But in order to do that, you have to remain a child in the mind. You have to remain immature. So this is the reason why. This is the reason why trolls come to my channel. This is the reason why people don't like me. Because I'm destroying your fairy tale thinking. I'm destroying all that fantasy that's in your mind. I want you to grow up and accept responsibility for yourself. I want you to grow up and understand the reality of what we're involved in. That's why they don't like me. How dare you come to me and tell me there's no Santa Claus? How dare you come to me and tell me there's no Allah? There's no Jesus. There's no Moors. There's no Hebrews. There's no all this blackity black, the RBG nation and all this stuff. How dare you do that? You got to grow up one day. When y'all gonna grow up? When you want to grow up? You're not gonna get no respect from nobody, because the world can see you as the children that you are. You call yourself children. You expect grown folks to respect you, and you acting and behaving like a child. Look at the comments when the trolls come to my channel. Look how they talk. Children, immature. I want to learn. Teach me. Don't come talk about my bald head. Don't come talk about my shirt. Don't come talk about me as a person. Teach me. I want to learn. But see, you can't teach me. You're upset because what I'm bringing to us is reality. It's messing up your Santa Claus, because you really think on December the 25th, some white guy's gonna come down the chimney and bring you presents. I don't believe that. However, Allah gonna do this, Jesus gonna do that, whatever your Santa Claus of choice is. He's not an adult. You are an adult physically, but you're not an adult in your mind. You're not an adult mentally. So just because you're 70 years old, I told you, your mind, you're disabled, you're mentally retarded. You can't think. That's why you accept all this stuff. If you wasn't immature, you'd be just like me. If you wasn't immature, you would be helping me with the Mississippi campaign and doing what we need to do to put ourselves in a position so when things get really, really bad, we are in a position to protect ourselves, defend ourselves, and if necessary, get the hell out of here. But you don't want to do that. You don't want to do that because you believe your lying ass parents. And the parent is the white man. That's who you really believe. You think when you wake up every day, you think all this is going to be here. You think when you go to the bank your money gonna be there because you got trust in the white man. You think when you go to the grocery store, your steak and your lobster and your eggs and your bacon, whatever you buy, is gonna be there. You think when you go to the gas station, your gas gonna be there. You think all this is always gonna be here because you got faith and trust in your parent, this Crackerwood, this Peckerwood. You got a lot of faith that he can keep all this together. You got more faith in the Peckerwood than you do in God. But see, I've been around for a while. In the early 70s, there was a gas shortage. Remember the Great Depression? This country don't always do good. And sometimes you can get out of a bad situation, but that's not always true. You think that America cannot fall, cannot crumble, even though a lot of these black conscious teachings, this is what they teach. They teach that America is about to fall. But that's not how you living. You don't act like America's gonna fall. You act like this is gonna always be here. So you have faith. You have faith in the white man. You have faith in the white man more than you do your own God. Because if you really believe what y'all talking about, then you would unite with your brothers and sisters so that we can come up with something to help protect ourselves, defend ourselves in this situation. But you're not. I don't need Angel Stepping Up 7. I don't need Sister Noble. I don't need Brother Taalik. I don't need y'all. So when it all comes down, we will be the most vulnerable in this nation. And when resources get bad, whatever little we got, the other strong people who were able to unite and work together, they're gonna come and just take whatever little stuff we got. There's nothing that we can do. So enjoy this while you can. And you can call it a conspiracy theory. You can call it whatever you want to call it. The same way those Jews did, making a joke about they did not believe that they would end up in gas chambers and ovens. But when they found themselves in an oven and a gas chamber, I bet it wasn't funny no more. And that's what's gonna happen to you and me. Because we're immature in the mind, you think you got it going on, you think Santa Claus is gonna save you, and you're gonna find out that your parents lied to you. You're gonna find out that Umar Johnson and Sarah Seti and Young Pharaoh and Sadnetta and Elijah Muhammad and Farrakhan, you're gonna find out that all these people lied to you. It's gonna be too late. And the reason why you believe them, because you're immature in the mind and you're trusting and you trust them. Just like children trust their parents. There's no child that will believe their parents will lie to them. But parents lie to their children every day. Every day. That's a shame. If you can't trust mommy and daddy, who the hell can you trust? I'm not here to lie to you. I'm too old to play games. I'll probably be dead anyway within the next 20 years. So what? So it's not about me. It's about you and putting yourself in a position so that you can become a survivor from something. It's just a matter of time when something really go down. So on that note, I'm Marty 5000. Thank you for joining me for these few minutes. And keep believing in Santa Claus if you want to. I don't care what you do. I don't get angry at you. I understand where we come from. I don't get angry at people because they reject what I say. I don't get angry about it. You never saw me make one video showing you that I'm angry. I mean, you do you. We have to suffer the consequences of our actions. So be it. I'm a realist. All stories don't have a happy ending. I understand that this really could be the countdown to the extinction of people called black, Negro, colored, whatever, African American, whatever. This could be the countdown. And we will not be the first people to go extinct. We won't be the first, won't be the last. It's a lot of people who've been on this planet, live, and you don't know nothing about them. They gone. So we just get in line. Actually, the reality is we should not even exist anyway. We was created by chattel slavery. We are unnatural. We should not even be here anyway. We was created to serve another people. We should not even be here at all. They should have done us a favor and just destroyed us after our servitude, after we served our purpose and been done with it. That's what they should have done. But since they did not do that, and since you claim you're so damn smart and you're not a slave anymore, then stop acting like a damn slave. Since you claim that you're free, then act like you free. But y'all gotta serve somebody. You gotta bow down to somebody because you're a slave. You don't think like a free person. You don't act like a free person. If this is the way we're gonna live, if this is how we're gonna be, we might as well be dead. We might as well be dead. And you wanna know something? If that's the case, I would be the first person to step into that mass grave, to push all the rest of y'all suckers there. Because you don't deserve to live. You're a bunch of slaves. Just want to serve somebody, grovel, and complain all day. Oh, the white man do this. We under oppression. We under oppression. The white man, you know, I'm gonna tell you, that gets old. We gods and goddesses and kings and queens. All that stuff gets old. Let's do businesses. Let's get education. Let's vote. All that stuff throw all our ass in a damn ditch and cover us with dirt. That's the real solution. And I know you don't want me to talk about that because y'all scared to die. You're scared of death. Why should you live? Tell me, why should you live? Don't think you want to be on YouTube all day and post up stuff what white people doing to us every day and complaining and whining. Man, that stuff gets old. What you gonna do about it? Not a damn thing. Kick your ass in a ditch, cover you with dirt, and be done with it. This is why everybody make mockery of you. Cause you look pathetic. You make me look pathetic. I'm not nothing like that, but you make me look pathetic and pitiful. Looking for a Santa Claus. Don't want to grow up. Don't want to evolve. Immature. Worthless. We're worthless. That's why they don't want to come to my channel. They want somebody to make you feel good. When you fall down, kiss your little knee. I don't do that. We're too old for that. We've been in this situation going on 500 years. It's time to get out once and for all. The knowledge is here. The tools are here. Everything we need in order to change this condition is here. The only thing that has not changed is your mind. You're immature. You act and think like a child. You act like a slave. Whose fault is that? Is it the white man's fault? Is it the African's fault? Is it the Jamaican's fault? Is it the Asian's fault? No, it's your damn fault. But it's easier to blame the white man, blame the Jamaicans and the people from Barbados, blame the Chinese and the Japanese, blame everybody except your damn self. I'm sick of it. Kill all of us and be done. That's where I stand. Stand up and be an adult or be dead. You don't want to be an adult, then your ass need to be dead. Let the worms eat you. Let the maggots eat you. We don't deserve to live living like this. A damn slave. A slave in 2019. A bunch of babies crying on Facebook, crying on YouTube every damn day. Posting all this immature nonsense instead of getting your ass out of the situation that we're in. Having babies, putting your babies in the same situation. You should be ashamed of yourself. On that note, let me get out of here. I gotta roll. Until next time, y'all, if there's a next time, because tomorrow is not promised to us. I'm Audi 5000, and as Dr. Cornelius always say, as important, I wish us love, peace, and soul. I'm out, y'all.
You have 8 hours and 0 minutes of remaining drive time.